I'm Dr. Jasmine Mary LYNGDOH. I'm contesting from 21 Nongpamai constituency.
My name is, as you all know, is Michael KHARSYNTIEW. I am an independent candidate who is fighting this election from 17 North Shillong.
I'm KYRMEN SHYLLA. I'm representing 6 Clariat constituency as a candidate from the UDP.
That's a question that a lot of people are asking. Why would I want to contest an election? But I think it's very important to understand that being a clinical psychologist, we are also exposed to a lot of problems in the society. And when we do any kind of intervention, it's at the individual level. Now, having this opportunity to contest at this, state level platform, I'm hoping to bring in a lot of policies for our mental health programs. A lot of our youth, a lot of our families, a lot of individuals in the community are facing a lot of stress. And I think this experience of the COVID has told us that yes, we need to improve and transform our mental health facilities. So this, I'm so happy that it is happening, where we are actually, our health minister, Sir James Sangma, he has introduced the Meghalaya Mental Health and Social Care, policy, which is a very important policy to start with. Secondly, I think I come from a family of politicians. So this time when Charles Pongrom, he brought in the TMC, I think there was a lot of, fear in the people. So they approached my sister, Dr. Ampreen, and she could not leave LYNGDOH constituency. So in the family meetings and, in our discussions, they requested me. So I'm here contesting the elections. But it's the same. I'm still going to people's homes, talking to them, addressing their issues, looking at solutions, helping them to see, what are the new things that we can bring into our state.
I am a person who is a young social activist. I'm an educated person. I graduated from London, from a university called King's College London, which ranks 17th position in the world. But as a person, professionally, I am a very humble person. I could say that. I work as a person who runs canteens in hospitals. So my inspiration of coming into politics basically starts from the ground level, where I meet people every day. I understand their struggle. I'm a first-time politician for my house, and based on my mother's inspiration and my mother's work of being a teacher of 36 years, I took up this line of coming into mainstream politics. I fought the election from a BJP ticket on 2018 from Umsning constituency. Being a first timer and being a constituency like Umsning, where 95% of the people are tribals, Christians, so the acceptance rate of the party was at that point of time quite difficult for them to understand. But then eventually, as the days passed on, I have gone into more social work, especially in this constituency where I was born and brought up. I went to school in Christian Academy. I am from the Church of KHARSYNTIEW. So I meet people on a very regular basis. So this is the reason why, I experience it myself. I think that is one thing that I would like to relate to the public. What the people face from, our MLAs, our elected MDCs, I'm one of those person who experienced it firsthand. So I know what is the difficulty, what can be done, what maybe can be improved. So as an educated person, I have taken this step. If it is the will of the public, hopefully they will give me a chance in this 2023.
Actually, when you do something, then you learn about it. So the same thing for me. When I entered politics, now I've learned that a lot of things needs to be done, and a lot more should be, I should do for my people. So that's why I feel that I feel the need to be here so that I can serve my people as a whole. So that is why, after knowing that what needs to be done, so I feel that I really need to be here again. So that's why I want to contest back this election again.
I see our state as a potential for a lot of progression, provided we put in the policies. So in the last 5 years, what we have seen the National People's Party do is to actually formulate these policies, which also means that they will be sustainable, which also means that these are the policies that will be converted into programs, that will be converted into capacity building. You see, Meghalaya has been dependent on outside help for a long time. And it's the first time under the leadership of a very dynamic Chief Minister, Mr. Conrad Sangma, that we are seeing how we can build up our own potentials here. We have a lot of opportunities for business. We have a lot of opportunities for entrepreneurship, which has not been tapped for a long time. Because you know what, we always have this idea that we cannot compete with the outside world. But I think now for the first time, we are seeing that yes, this is a party that's giving a lot of emphasis on human development and human capital. We have tourism, we have fashion, we have the food industry, we have a lot of potentials for sports, and our youth are the ones that are being recognized now as entrepreneurs in the state today. So in the next few years, we will see that these are the entrepreneurs who will develop employment opportunities also for the future generation. I see a lot of potential in our state.
My main agenda, first and priority, is to maintain peace, to maintain brotherhood, to maintain friendship, and to have a way of religious tolerance, to respect each other. You see, if there is peace, if there is security, if there is understanding among all the communities, I think God has given us a way to earn our living. God has put everybody, given them some talent, given them some opportunities in life. With that, they can concentrate in doing whatever they have to do. That is number one. As a youth myself, I'm an educated person. I've got a younger brother and a younger sister. They're both educated. One is an engineer, one is a doctor, but they're all working in private jobs. As we know, the youths of today, I think 75% they are in Bangalore, they're in Hyderabad, they are in Mumbai, they're working in all these places. We have no opportunities in Shillong. The best that we can in Shillong is to work for Swiggy, to work as Amazon, to work for all these private companies. So what is the point of going to St. Edmunds, to going to Pine Mount, to going to St. Anthony's, when at the end of the day we have to go and service another states? Another thing, as you all know, I do a lot of social work with so many hospitals in Shillong, especially with a hospital called Robert Hospital. I would like to relate this to the public. I am a politician with a difference. I want to remove this politics of dependency. You see, what happens in politics, in Meghalaya politics, as far as I can see, is that the politicians all this time, they make the people too much dependent on them. In the sense, like whenever there's 5 years, there's elections, so people, they come running to their house for books, they come running to their house for, picnics, they come running to their house for whatever things they need, NGOs, they come, they need so many things. But why is it only 5 years? As of today's election, 2023, it is a very sad and shameful story to tell you that even for a constituency like 17 North, we have people who have being bought 5,000 to 6,000 for going for rallies, for going for meetings. This trend is a very bad thing. I would like to request the people of 17 North in particular and the people of Meghalaya in general, that if we do vote and use this trend of choosing our legislators, it will be something that in the next coming election, the 2028, we would see even more richer candidates entering politics.
Actually, for the state as a whole, my vision is that we need to do something for the youth who are jobless. This job crisis is everywhere, no doubt. But we really need to focus that what needs to be done so that our youth should not be left behind and then jobless. So for that, I feel the government should focus more in tourism, which through tourism I believe that lots of job will be created and then we can boost the economy of our state. And many more needs to be done when it comes to development and all, when it comes to road sector, when it comes to different kind of development. So all of this we need to focus, but specific for the youth, I feel that job is a very tough thing for the youth, that which needs to be concentrated. So I believe that this government to come, so I believe that I'll be there. So we will do the best we can for the youth. Yeah, when it comes to drugs, this is one thing which really hampered the society after seeing this, what had happened. Most of the youth have been trapped into drugs. So for this, what we need is that to work collectively from not only the parents, not only the family, but all of us should work together, because most of the time it happens to be that if we saw somebody who's into drugs, we just keep silence. This is not the way how we help someone. If we saw that someone is in a trap, we should help him by give him this awareness, or maybe by telling the authority what needs to be done. That is how we need to work, because at present I have seen most of the children are trapped into drugs. So for this, I believe that the authority, what needs to be done, they should do, and then if hopefully we'll come back, and then we will try to find out the system that how to to change that this should not repeat again, and how to help our youth. So for this, I believe the police who've been looking after this, they are there, so they should use more manpower in checking of this drug menace.
If you are looking at, this infrastructural, building here in Meghalaya, I think it's very important for us to understand that human capital is the biggest area that we have to develop. So in the last 3 years, you are seeing the National People's Party taking this initiative to bring in skill development. And we are training so many youth in different areas of work now. And these are the youth that will actually build up their own companies, or that will start their own industries, or that will, even technology. If we are to use new technology, first of all, our human capital has to be, they have to be trained in those technology. And we are seeing that, yes, the, IT hub has come up, which will be a big boost, okay, to how we are going to start our business here in Meghalaya. So if we are looking at the economy now, okay, we have seen a big jump in our economy also now in the last, 5 years. So I think it's so important for us to realize that when we build up our human capital, automatically the productivity of our population increases, and they are the ones who are going to bring in the money into our state.
God has blessed our state. In Khasi, we used to say, "Kari balatut dakadut batkangap," means a land of honey and milk. We have so much of natural resources, but as you can see, where is the natural resources coming from, and where is it going? Nothing goes to the state exchequer. It goes to a certain few people who manipulate and run the government right now. We have beautiful weather. We are sitting in this room. We don't need an AC. We don't need a heater. We don't need anything. God has blessed us. The Meghalaya used to be known as the educational hub of the Northeast. See where we are today. We're in the bottom last of the country. We are in a state where the people, they are very smart, they are very intelligent, they have all the, they can be at a competition with, with any parts of the world, but that opportunity is not there. Can you imagine that we have 50 years as a state and we still share the same civil service cadre with Assam? In the last 3 years, we didn't have a single tribal who passed out IAS. Why? Because many of the people who are educated cannot afford to go to Delhi for coaching. We have certain political parties who declare in their agenda something which will make us even more isolated. We don't have a medical college. We don't have railways. We don't have trains. We don't have engineering college. Even the colleges which were inaugurated just finished on the foundation stone. The building is never completed. When you're talking about people investing in our state, how can there be investment when we have so much of draconian laws? We have so much of restrictions, and we don't have any security in our state. People want to come and invest. Even people who are local want to invest. But when half of the year, or maybe 6 to 7 months or 5 to 7 months, we have agitational programs happening every day, because of the legislators that we choose, this security which is not there, this feel of making the place conducive for having business is not there. How can someone think of investing in Meghalaya?
Actually, first thing, when it comes to East Jaintia Hills, I'll just brief a little bit for Jaintia Hills. We have lots of resources blessed by God in our district. So for this, we need a place where to transport it. And for this, I believe that in this government to come, that we should have not only in East Jaintia, wherever it's feasible to have this land custom. So we should have this land custom station where we can have that trade between the other country, nearby country, example like Bangladesh. So this is one thing which can really help to boost the economy of the state. And then wherever we find feasible in improving in different kind of trade, so I believe we should concentrate on that. As I've been just mentioned, tourism is one factor where we can concentrate. So through this, we'll create job, and through this, we will boost the economy of the state. We should have that kind of, mining plan. As we have seen, time has been passed, and then what has been done before, it might not be feasible anymore, and it might affect the environment. So for this, we have to balance. It's not that by protecting the environment and then we left the livelihood of the people. So for this, we need to concentrate and then balance it, protect the environment, and then at the same time, protect the human being.
I think tourism is a sector that we are really improving a lot. Health, we are climbing up, because I think now in the Northeast, we are second in terms of health services. We are also doing a lot in terms of, even food, processing and food industry. What I do feel is that we still need a lot to do with our education sector. That's a very big potential. If Meghalaya is known as the education hub many years back, that has decreased. This is a place that has a lot of potential for institutes. It has a lot of potential for academic centers that are at par with the others in the country. I think we are also have to develop a lot in the IT sector, so that at least more and more people are coming into the IT sector. And the connectivity is such an important area that we really need to understand. If the village areas are not doing well, let me tell you, the biggest problem in these villages is connectivity. They're not able to, do any transactions because of the, poor connections and the, network connections. Even the roads, now we are seeing improving much more. So yes, transportation is a very big area. If we can bring in, railways, I think we will be able to cut on the costs also for transportation. So also a very important sector is the sports, which we are really, have not been able to develop much. if you're looking at the recent, policy that has come in for the youth, one of the biggest areas that's going to really take a boom is the sports sector, where we are identifying our youth now. Whether or not they have the international standards to compete in certain, athletic events and to, be given that further training. I think identification of these talents is very important. And then we are also looking at how even, even in the hotel industry, we still have to come up a lot in that line so that we can have world-class, up-to-date kind of facilities for our tourists, okay, so that they are comfortable and that that will be an attraction for them.
We have not been able to get the best out of what a state has given us, what the state is to us of today. We have beautiful weather, we have natural resources, we have so much of forest products. I'll give you an example. In London, the people, they buy this bitter nut, tempau, where we call in Khasi. In one of the shops that I visited there, since I'm a Khasi, I'm very fond in eating kwai, I went and searched for pan and supari, we say in Hindi. And when I went to that shop, the person told me, he said, what kind of pan you want? So he told me we have this pan, and one of the pan that he said to me is a Khasiya pan. I was shocked to hear that. Two leaves, more like 2 slaw we call in Khasi, is 1 pound. This is which 100 rupees. I cannot imagine that a place like Bangladesh will buy at a very cheap price from Dauki, from Penorsula, and then they'll repack it and put it in a nice condition and send it to many foreign countries. These kind of things which the other neighboring states, neighboring countries are getting the benefit from, we should also make use of such kind of ventures that should be there. We have a very long line international border with Bangladesh. Only we export to them is just coal and limestone. This is not done as of today.
Most of the time I've heard the speech of different the elders been mentioning that we need to improve especially the education sector. So this is one thing. If we improve our youth, especially in education, and then give them a chance to go ahead to improve themselves, this is one thing. One day, with these resources what we have, it can be done, will bring all those kind of developments and then change however we want it for the state. So I believe that education also, which is very much in need. That's why we request the government for this government college, because most of the students here after class 10 or maybe 12, they drop out. So for this, we need a government college, not only for my district, for all the district of our state. Wherever we don't have this government college, I feel that it's really the need of the hour to have the government college in all the districts. Actually, no doubt, all the government, the past government have been doing good for the people of our state. They have tried their best. From time to time, we have seen lots of change. So the same thing, the past government, recent government, the MDA, have been doing their own, the best they can. We have been trying, and I believe that what we have done, we all know that it's not enough. So for this, we have to work hard and then try our best to serve more and more for the people of our state.
I think what really affects the power sector here is that, even though we are such a surplus, we have a lot of rain here, okay? But somehow the infrastructure on how we convert that is lacking. So yes, we'll need more hydro plants, we'll need more of people tapping even, solar energy. We'll need to look into that too.
Can you imagine, in today's world, we have 5 hours of power cuts every day, where people like you who work in the media, people who are from the computer background, where do they earn a source of living when 5 hours in a day we don't have electricity? Why? Because we have poor infrastructure in the electrical department, MSCP. They don't have water, as if they say. But I'm just surprised by We have so much of coal that is exported outside of the state. What is that coal used for? It's for producing electricity for other states. Why can't such kind of things be done in our place? We have many waterfalls. We can use hydro, but this is not done. What does the government do to stop all of this? Nothing has been done. It is a very shameful thing to tell you that instead of having a very strong opposition, we have very strong opposition in the form of NGOs. They have to take this step of becoming the opposition in Meghalaya. A few days ago, you saw the rally of one of the NGO, FKJJP. They had to take a rally for basically one issue, that is unemployment. So this needs to be stopped. This needs to be done. Government should allow people to work out for the benefit of the public.
Actually, for here, all we need is that whoever the one who lead the the department, he should be a person who dedicate himself fully to the people of our state, so that by being there, he will serve the best he can for the people, and then at the same time, collectively, we should work hand in hand, so that we can prove back that what we have achieved, and we can achieve it again. So I believe that the first thing we should have is that heart to serve to the people.
The health sector needs, for us to have, I think, one, medical college. If we, brought up, this NIGRIMS, after many years of delays and, a lot of, hurdles, that has come about because the center was, looking at this need. Now we, at the state level, our chief minister, has to see this vacuum that is there. If we can start a health, institute here that is, par excellence, I think we will do well, because a lot of our youth are going out for their training. But many of them, when they come back, are not being absorbed into the health sector. So we have to develop the health sectors at different district levels too. A lot of complaints is that our young doctors, when they go to their, PHCs or whatever clinics it is in the village areas, they don't have the proper facilities for housing. They don't have proper facilities for their clinics. So I think this is something that has to be looked at, and we are seeing our chief minister. He is doing a lot of the development in the health sectors at the district levels.
Meghalaya is a state where we are lacking very much when it comes to healthcare. We are a state where we produce many top people who, after their 10 or 12, they get the quota to study for doctors, and they go outside of the state using the state quota. So every year maybe 20, 30 of them, but very few of them come back and serve the state of Meghalaya. Why? Because the infrastructure lacks here. Look at the only medical center that we have, that is NIGRIMS. Most of the doctors who are working in NIGRIMS, they come there and complete their 4 to 5 year bond period, whatever they have to do, and they leave. We have many hospitals like Woodland, Bethany, Supercare. It's not affordable for us. These hospitals are not for the poor. The MHIS card which the government has done has not done justice to the people of Meghalaya. The kind of documentation that is required, the kind of refill system that needs to be done, and that it's not people who are uneducated, who are villagers, who can be done, who can get these benefits. We have PHC, CHCs in many parts of the state, but these PHC, CHCs, they lack doctors, they lack nurse, and they lack infrastructure. Maybe the government should look into working with NGOs, working with maybe religious institutes who are doing a tremendous job in the state of Meghalaya to improve and work upon this health issue. Another hospital which I always talk about is Robert Hospital and Ganesh Das Hospital, which are the two hospitals in my constituency. These two hospitals have been serving the public for numerous of years, but not so much of support has been given to them from the line of the government.
Recently, I remember that from the government side, we approved that all this recruitment system, when it comes to health, it will be done on their own committee. So this is one good thing which we have done, because most of the time we have seen this MPSC takes place very late. That is one thing. And then second is that what we need is that to concentrate, as have been just mentioned, we need to concentrate this rural area. No doubt we have seen till date, the government have been trying hard to improve the infrastructure, but we need a manpower. So for this it might take a little time, but I believe that one day our people of our state will have these benefits.
I think it's always good to have the major languages in any state being recognized at the national level. If Hindi is something that we are not attuned to Hindi, it takes us a little more time to learn the language because it's not our mother tongue. And as a psychologist, I know that when you have a mother tongue as the official language, automatically there's a lot of ease to work on many things. So I think it's very important to have our mother tongue as a major Indian language. And the government should ensure that this is pushed in the parliament also, that it gets accepted. So our official, language becomes the mother tongue, and also at the school level. Let me tell you, a lot of our children are having difficulties to clear their exams because they are not given an option of writing in their mother tongue. And many of our schools in the village who are taught in their mother tongue, I must tell you, their math skills are very good in the village areas because they are taught in a language that they can understand. So it's so important for us to take this matter seriously and ensure that, it is a national language also and an official language.
I think the most important is to introduce this language in the assembly. If we can introduce this in the assembly of the house, the people speak in the language of the state, the three languages of the state, I think it will start from there. And then the schools that we have should be made mandatory that at least till 10 or 11, all the people of Meghalaya, all the students of Meghalaya should learn the language of the land. Another thing that I would like to give a suggestion here is to private sectors or maybe private institute, maybe they should think about opening, certain coaching classes or certain classes for learning the local language. Because we have so many people who come to Meghalaya to do business, to work here, or they are people from banking sector, they're here for 5-6 years but they don't know the language. Probably if they learn the language, they can do more service in a better way for the people of the state.
It's really a genuine demand because as of now we have seen that it's really difficult for those who are finding jobs and all, and then compete this different kind of exams, competitive exams. So by including this, it will help them a lot. So if other state can have, why not we? We also, it's not that a language we spoke that not in written, it's already there, we have a script of our own, so we should have this. Yeah, for this the same, we'll not keep silent, we have to keep moving and then keep asking, and I believe that one day as a mother, she will listen to her child, that by asking again and again, she will know that what is the need and why he keep asking. So I believe the same thing we will do, even after coming back to the government, we will keep asking for the same. And not only these issues, whichever left pending, all that issues, we'll bring it back and then ask from the central that we should have it.
Culture, traditions have always been with us. But it's just that we have to define their roles and we have to define their functions. So if the district autonomous body is there, to ensure that yes, the resources in our state are well protected. Okay, I think it's very important for us to do that. If the traditional heads in the communities are helping our government to take care of governance, I think we should appreciate that. It should be a blend, and we should merge the two so that they work, they coordinate, and they work in tandem.
You see, it is very important as tribal communities to have district councils. I do believe in them because they protect the interests of the tribal people. They protect the interests of community, the Khasi, the Jantias, and also the Garos. We are under the 6th schedule, as you already know. But the regulation process that these district councils are being done should be in such a way that they should serve the state first. They should serve the citizens of the state and the people who have been living here, the indigenous community, along with the people who have been here for generations. The powers of the district council remains as it is. It is maybe the legislators who are representing the district council at the moment are not at par to look into these issues of how the laws have been made and how to implement the laws in the most rightful way.
We have to value what we have. So district council is a council where we should give them power from the state, and then we should not deprive them, because they are here to protect the people of our district, of our state. So why not work with them? So for this, we really need this district council to be there. So we should not deprive the rights, and we should give them a free hands wherever they are empowered to do it. So for this, I believe that district council, what they have contributed, I really salute them, because they contribute a lot, and even the Deloitte also, they contribute so many things for for us, the people of different areas. And not only that, all actually as a community, from the headman, everyone have been working together. So for this, whatever power and trust, they should utilize it, and then should not be deprived of their own power.